I don't understand the concept of wanting to live under one roof with a partner and multiple kids. I mean, I think one would be enough. One child and a partner, wife, husband, whatever side you're on. I just don't understand how people can be happy having constant stimulation all day long. People asking for their time and attention all day long at work and then all night when they get at home. I just really don't understand how people cannot go insane living like that. Call me a massive introvert. Maybe it's because of the way I am and because I'm not particularly fond of spending large amounts of time around people. But I don't know. To me, that seems like domestic hell. It just seems like torture. I think I would just be very miserable living under one roof, sharing a household with people, and just got never ending responsibility, just constant expectations. I just don't understand the appeal of being in a family, especially in this day and age, because I mean, there's so much that modern life expects of us. That there's so many things that we have to do to keep up with the Joneses and pay bills, and you just have to constantly follow a checklist for yourself and for your kids, for your partner. It just seems like a never ending battle every single day. And I just don't see that ever being a happy life for me. I don't know if anyone else can relate to me, but I just want a peaceful life. I want to be able to do what I want when I want. I don't want to have to schedule downtime. I don't want to have to plan time alone because I know that if I didn't get time alone regularly, I'd go insane. I'd probably be resentful, angry. I'd probably take it out on my family. Wouldn't be wouldn't be a pretty sight. So I know myself well enough to realize that it's probably not going to be the lifestyle for me. And sometimes, I feel kind of bad about that. I just feel like, well, why am I different? Why aren't I like most people? Why can't I enjoy that cookie cutter lifestyle that apparently is so great? But I guess I've always been different. I've known ever since I was a kid I was a bit different. I've got ADHD, so maybe that's something to do with it. But yeah, I mean, having to constantly be on call all day, 24/7, basically forever, it just seems like a prison sentence to me. And it's not the kind of lifestyle I would ever want. I would feel really trapped. I would feel very suffocated. And I'd probably want to delay coming home every day. I'd probably want to purposefully get away every day just to release the pressure valve. And I think some people don't need that. Some people are people. I feel so lucky that sometimes I can just sit in silence for an hour every single day if I want to, with no interruption. I think that's a luxury. I think it really is a luxury. But I think the grass is always greener on the other side, right? I think you can have too much of a good thing where you might get really bored and lonely if you've got too much time on your hands. But then again, I think to myself, if I did have kids, especially more than one, I'd probably be kicking myself and longing for the days where I was able to do this, just be able to relax and do whatever I want for an hour, several hours a day. But there's this idea of what about a grander purpose in life? What about building something with somebody? But I think you can probably do that without having kids. My dream is to have maybe, I'm not fussed on being married. I think it's a bit risky. I would probably do it if the woman agreed to a prenup. But my ideal life would be being in a relationship where maybe we do live together, but we have an understanding. We have plenty of downtime to do our own thing. We have our own separate lives, and we come together and do things together. And maybe we have some pets. Maybe we have a cat or a dog or something like that. And we have our own little hobbies that we do together and separately, or we have our own side hustles that maybe we help each other with. And that would be our purpose. having a great social life, doing something for the community. I just think having kids is like the most simple, I wouldn't say easiest, but I'd say probably the easiest in sense of the most easy idea to come up with to gain a purpose in life, right? One of the biggest reasons I can't see myself being a father is economically, I'm not it. I'm not a high earner enough. And I think if you're a working class person, working class family, you will struggle. And secondly, it's just my mental genetics. I just don't think I've got the focus, the discipline, the mental toughness, the ability to regulate my emotions well enough to be a parent. I'd probably find it hard enough to be a husband. And that's just the reality. I know myself well enough. So yeah, sometimes I feel sad that I'm not able to enjoy. I'm not able to imagine enjoying that lifestyle that everybody idealizes. But I guess we're all different, and we have to be brave and walk our own path, even if it means adversity and feeling isolated or alienated. So let me know what you think. Do you like the idea of that domestic family unit, or do you think it's the idea of hell like me?